robbing the building site.
I am robbing the building site.
What are you doing? What is happening? Yesterday we left you, not yesterday for you, yesterday for us. Last episode we left you guys. We had Mario here backfilling the biopool for us and trying to finish up the walls along the side of our stone staircase linking our two terraces. Anyway, Mario left his digger here last night, and that often means he's coming back the next day, but we weren't quite sure if that meant to come back just to take his digger or to come back to work. Anyway, he has arrived. John and I were about to have lunch, but he's here, and it looks like he's driving round to the biopool to do some work down there. Now, John's just taken that pipe, and I think it's got something to do with the fact that we've got a major problem at the biopool, but this might be a solution.
Every spring leads to a fall. There's a heart in every home. The young will always wish that they were older. And there's a rhythm to it all. There's a you and there's a me.
Right, folks. Let's see if I can explain it. So yesterday, John and I were in here emptying out the biopool. We cleaned it, we took all the leaves out, John scooped out all the water. We came down this morning to go, oh look, it must have dried out, let's put the felt down. It hasn't dried out, it's refilled with water, which means one thing.
There's a use for the broken things you've lost. If you hold it loose, you'll find that there is room for the rhythm of it all.
We have got water coming up through the bottom and the walls of our concrete structure, which is, quite frankly, a disaster. Because what we don't want is for water to get underneath the liner and be lifting the liner. We've got to try and figure out a way to get the water not going into that pool and going out somewhere else. So I'll leave John to explain what he's doing because he'll be able to explain it better. But I think what's happening is that is a perforated pipe. And I think that that is going to be put in place to try and stop this from happening. The biopool project. It's going to be worth it. I know it's going to be worth it, but flippin' heck, it's been a bit of a headache, this one.
Mario left yesterday, and it was like, okay, when are you coming back, Mario? He left his digger. Yes, very good news. What's happened overnight is, if you remember, about a year and a half ago, must be a year and a half ago, we found a second spring on this terrace. Here, look, you can see we've got flowing water right here. Isn't that fantastic? Are you going to take pictures? Okay. First one, of course, right here. The second one, right here. What we will do eventually is have the rubber membrane go all the way up to that hole, and it'll be a little stream coming through some rocks, and it'll look really cool. But water is also coming from the top part of this field into the ground and soaking down to the lowest point right here, and it's coming through the block work and going into the pond. That's not good. What we don't want is a plastic barrier here with water on this side and water coming in this side pushing up the plastic. You know, we can't have that. So I've stolen the French drain from the house project, and I'm putting it in here. So Mario's going to dig a big hole all the way along the side of the biopool now.
Where he just filled in yesterday.
He's so patient.
He does roll his eyes every now and then.
Yeah. And then we'll have the pipe go out. So hopefully that will help mitigate any kind of build-up of water.
Okay.
We like to do things properly here. I genuinely hadn't expected water to come through a concrete wall. So I guess Mario is going to spend half an hour digging a trench here first of all. We'll stick that pipe in, and then hopefully it'll be done. And then we'll put the plastic in the middle here, and then we'll put a whole bunch of felt down. We'll put a whole bunch of plastic there, and tonight we'll start filling up the biopool, we hope. And then he'll bring some gravel eventually, and we'll put some pea gravel in on top. Then we'll put some plants in. We're getting closer, folks. Look, Mario's dug there.
Oh my gosh, that is not good.
That's a lot of water coming right there. So helps mitigate it. I don't know whether it'll work, but the other option is we do nothing. It's hard. It's hard. That is basically going straight down to rock.
Jeepers, look at all that water, love. It looks like it's coming out of the wall.
I mean, the good news is we've definitely chosen a place to put a biopool where there's a lot of water.
John really is hanging on to hope there a little bit, because this project has just been a little bit of a, I don't know, we just haven't got it right. No matter what we've tried, we just haven't got it right, and it's starting to feel a little bit like... Anyway, like John says, we have to try, right? Because the alternative is we do nothing, and this whole exercise has been a giant waste. So fingers crossed this is what's going to do the trick. But we do, like, it's just been a stressful month. I'll be completely honest with you guys. It's just been a stressful month. We've got a whole lot of bills going out at the same time, with, you know, a lot of stress on our time and on our wallets, and it's just all part and parcel of this incredible project that we're so lucky to be working on. So we are hanging on to, with, you know, like, genuine love for it, enormous amounts of gratitude that this is our journey. There's so much to be grateful for. It's not to say that it isn't incredibly stressful sometimes. And trying to get the biopool done, as well as the house, as well as the editing and the videos and stuff, sometimes it feels like a lot. So what would be really nice is if this project just started going to plan, you know. Please, can something just go right? God, there's literally springs popping up all over the place down there. I don't know how this is going to work. I genuinely don't know how this is going to work. Stepping away from that drama for just a second, because we still haven't had lunch and I am starving. Do you know what I really miss? Was having a service like HelloFresh at our fingertips. I personally am really battling with decision fatigue at the moment when it comes to what the family eats, and what we eat is super important to me because I want to keep us all healthy and well and making sure we're getting tons of goodness. HelloFresh is a recipe delivery service where you can get these pre-packaged boxes that have got all of the ingredients and recipe cards that you need for your meals for the week. It's absolutely genius. The recipes are so delicious, packed with fresh, delicious produce, and you can choose from a variety of different diets, preferences, ideas. It just makes things so much easier. I especially loved it in the period of time when we were back in the UK to have Sawyer, and Crusoe was a tiny little tot. And it just made life so simple to have these boxes delivered with everything pre-measured, recipe there to follow step by step. Just took all of the kind of mental energy out of creating food, and I loved it. It also saved us quite a lot of money because I didn't end up going to the supermarket and then buying a whole bunch of things that I didn't go to the supermarket for in the first place. And it also meant that there's never any waste. You're not throwing away food that you bought at the supermarket that you never ended up using. Please use the link in our description below and our special code NEWBYS2025. That's going to get you 50% off your first box, 20% off your next 2 months, and get this, free desserts for life. Honestly, it's genius. I couldn't recommend it more. I hope you guys enjoy it. Please remember to use our link, and I gotta get back out and see what's going on with that.
What I'm doing now is just taking out all the sticks, the stones, the rocks, anything that could be problematic. Okay, Tara's going to empty out the pool.
That's amazing how much water is in there. It's at least, like, what, 2 inches?
Yeah, I'd say.
Yesterday when you were clearing out, it was just a little bit, it's like we've disturbed something and now all the water's rushing through.
And this is pretty much what we've disturbed. Have a look. There we go. Yeah, there it is. And it's flowing, you know. So we'll want to try and get that plastic or the rubber membrane underneath that so that the water flows that way. Mario's nearly done with the trench.
What we hoped was we were going to come down and it was going to be dry and we could put the thing in, isn't it? Like,
yeah, straight away.
Total opposite of what we were hoping.
Lay it down, down, down. Lay it down, down, down. Bring your heavy load and lay it down, down, down. Lay it down, down, down. Lay it down, down, down. If you're broken hearted, lay it down, down, down. May His breath in your wings keep you flying. May the love in His heart make you strong. May He dry every tear when you're crying, and bring the warm flame when the night gets too long. Lay it down, down, down. Lay it down, down, down. Life is full of trouble. Lay it down, down, down. Lay it down, down, down. Lay it down, down, down. You feel lost and
Tara's doubtful.
We are dealing with a lot.
Yeah, that's a big pipe. It'll be fine. There we go. Definitely worth the effort. Don't know if the pipe's going to be long enough though.
is there somebody who overcomes all these things? And that somebody is calling us to sing, sing, sing. Yes, there's somebody who overcomes all these things. And that somebody is calling us to sing, sing.
All I want to see
sing,
when you roll that out is water just flooding out the other end, isn't it?
Lay it down, oh, lay it down, down, oh, oh. When your soul grows weary, lay it down, down, down. Lay it down, oh, lay it down, oh, lay it down. Life seems full of sorrow. Lay it down, down, down. May His breath in your wings keep you.
Muito bom. Very good. Bom. Sì. Obrigado.
Right, time to fill it back in again and hope for the best. Good boy.
Yeah. Those rocks there, these blocks, just as a way of helping support the fairly narrow. There is a wall there. Mario's basically standing halfway up it at the moment. But on top of that, it's just mud that kind of caves off like this. So I've got the blocks in place just to help hold the soil into place. I think it'll be just fine. We're ready to go. Let's make a bio.
Let's make a bio.
What do you think?
We've said 157,000 times in the last 3 years.
It's a bit boring, isn't it?
You can hear everybody shouting, just get on with it.
Yeah, this is what we're going to do. We're going to cut right now. We'll see you in 6 months' time when it's all grown. You can do a time lapse for it.
We wouldn't do that to you. We wouldn't do that to you. John's sending me on a bit of a wild mission down below the terrace that we're working on, which is not our land, into what is quite literally a bramble forest, to go and see if I can see whether or not there's water coming up the end of that pipe yet. So let's go have a look. And I have been down in here once before looking for a chicken, which Obi chased in here. So I happen to know how horrific these brambles are. But anyway, thankfully a lot of them have been beaten down because of the chicken debacle. Sue and Jeff, you'll remember that well. Right, we are heading over there somewhere. All right, I've made it right up into the wall. There you can see the trench. And the pipe end is somewhere in here. In there. I can't see anything, love.
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet. Pretty gnarly down here, won't I? So the boys are back. Crusoe, of course, is already in the digger, and Sawyer is waking up here with Mum. John's got an ambition this afternoon to get that liner in. So what needs to happen now is Mario needs to finish backfilling what he backfilled yesterday and that was dug up today. We need to put the felt down around the edge of the biopool. We need to get the liner lifted in, and then we need to ask the guys on the building site to come and help us unravel the liner. Now, I'm talking to you guys. I haven't said this to John because he's really determined and I don't want to, anyway, I have heard horror stories about unraveling liners. You know, the need of 12 people and hours of time. And what John's really hoping this afternoon is that the liner gets unraveled and then Mario still has time to move rocks into place on top of the liner. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't have the heart to tell him. Because I don't, he's really determined that happens today. I think that the stress of the rain being imminent and Mario's timelines and availability being so all over the place, it's stressful. There is a lot of stress on the farm at the minute, and with all the different projects that we've got going on. So it would just be really nice if he could tick this one off the list and take one thing off his mind.
What is it about this project? It's just like, oh, come on already. I can't see it happening today. We've still got to build up the whole of the right-hand side, far right-hand side, because otherwise water's just going to go over the edge. It's just getting like, come on already, hey? Just want to do it.
I know. Right, so John's just getting Mario. Sorry about the dodgy angle, everybody, but I've got a child on my lap. He's just getting Mario to move some of this and build up this side a bit more, and then we're going to put some rocks on it just to try and make that bank as kind of strong and stable as we possibly can. Let's see how he goes.
All right, this has been a challenging afternoon. Just in that, I don't know, I really wanted to get that plastic in. I don't think we're going to. Well, I know we won't. I think if I'm, super honest about this project, I'm in such a hurry to get water in there because of the rains and because of the weather and because it's the middle of the winter. And because I know that when those rains come, that's it. There's no chance that we're going to be down here able to do this project. And I really, really want that water for next spring. So probably the best thing to do, I think, for this project will be that tomorrow, Mario tonight hopefully can put that plastic into as a big block into the biopool. And then tomorrow morning I come down here, I just do a whole bunch of digging and I get the contours of the pool exactly how I want it to be, and then we can start rolling that plastic out tomorrow. I think that's the best thing to do because the contours with the digger are going to be really difficult to get right. What's going on over there? Sawyer's off the block fastest. Who's going to win? Crusoe's winning! Oh no, Obi's coming up! Oh, Obi pips it at the last. Well done, boys. Ready, boys? Okay.
I'm ready for
Bye! Come on.
moment. It has to go on the belt in the middle. That spring in the wall over there, that is basically the highest point that the water can be. Good morning everybody. Gosh, it's very chilly this morning. Yesterday we left the biopool. Mario had done some backfilling for us, which was a marginal success, not particularly working very well at the moment, and there's good reason for that. I'm not too worried about it. It's good it's there, but currently it's not fixing what we wanted it to fix. The reason why I'm not too worried about that is we're going to be taking that spring that's coming from right there into the biopool, and we're going to be putting plastic underneath it. So there's going to be a great deal less water going in there. Currently what's happening is the water is coming out of the spring down there, hitting the wall, and then just basically permeating through the wall there, and collecting in the bottom of the biopool. So it's not really having chance to use the French drain as it's supposed to be used. That's okay. What will happen is when we put the plastic on the inside, of course the water will try and permeate that wall, but it'll hit a plastic barrier, and then it will start using that. It will start using the French drain. So that's good. I've got Cristiano, Joao's brother, is here today. Joao's at school. Doing his studies, so Cristiano's come in to help me today. We've got a fair amount of digging to do, and hopefully a little bit later we're going to be putting some liner in and then the plastic in place after that. Can't wait. So let's get digging, see where we are by lunchtime. See, as I'm walking up those steps there, I hear activity going on down on the house build. One of the things that's really important to us as the house gets built is not to make the entire channel and its content all about a house build. Of course, you know, when the walls start to go up and roofs start to go on and interior design starts to happen, it's going to be a bit different. I think there'll be lots of cool things going on. Careful of the olive tree there, fellas. Hey up. Have a look at that. That right there is our floor arriving, I think. Yeah, it is. That's our floor. Hey Joachim. Okay, bon. Look at that. That is the floor. That's very cool. I think I might want to get involved with this.
Every spring leads to a fall.